My sneakers were 3 years old. Perfectly functional. But they were Nikes from an outlet store, not the limited edition Balenciagas my cousin Tyler was wearing. "Dude," Tyler said, loud enough for the entire family barbecue to hear. "Are those the same shoes from Christmas 2 years ago?" I looked down. "Yeah. They still work. They still work," he repeated, laughing. "Jake, man, you gotta treat yourself. What do you even spend money on?" I'm Jake, 29, and I spend money on things Tyler wouldn't understand. Early-stage tech investments. Index funds. Real estate. Boring things that don't photograph well for Instagram. But Tyler didn't know that. Nobody in my family knew. Because for 6 years, my parents had made me promise to not make Tyler feel bad about my success. Tyler was 31. Still lived with his parents. Worked sporadically at his dad's real estate firm. Drove a Porsche. Wore clothes that cost more than most people's rent. The Porsche was leased. The clothes were credit. The job was nepotism. But Tyler looked successful, and that's what counted in this family. "Jake's always been frugal," Mom said quickly, shooting me a warning look. "Don't correct him. Don't show off. Don't make waves." "Frugal," Tyler snorted. "That's one word for it. Dude still uses a phone from 2020. I pulled out my iPhone 12. It makes calls. But does it make you look poor?" "Because yeah." He held up his iPhone 15 Pro Max. "This is what adults use." Several cousins laughed. Uncle Greg, Tyler's dad, clapped his shoulder. Tyler just upgraded his whole tech setup. He knows how to invest in himself. Invest in himself. With his dad's money. But I said nothing. "I'm just saying." Tyler continued. "Life's short. What's the point of working if you can't enjoy it?" I could have said a lot. That I retired at 27. That my work was managing investments. That his watch cost less than my smallest dividend payment. But I didn't. That was the deal. Keep quiet. Act humble. Let Tyler feel superior. "You're right," I said. "Maybe I should upgrade." Tyler turned to the group. "This is my cousin. Brilliant guy. Built some app in college. Could probably buy and sell all of us. But look at him. Dresses like he's still broke." He said it like a joke. But there was an edge. Tyler needed to be the successful one. Having a younger cousin who'd actually built something threatened that. So 6 years ago, when my company got acquired, my parents made me promise to not rub it in Tyler's face. "He's sensitive about money," Mom had said. "Your uncle's business has been struggling. It would hurt him to know you're doing so well." So I toned it down. Modest apartment instead of a penthouse. 10-year-old Honda. Cheap clothes. Let Tyler mock my lifestyle while I quietly built wealth he couldn't imagine. And I'd done something else. 2 years ago, Uncle Greg's commercial real estate business almost went bankrupt. Bad investments. Overextended. I'd created an LLC. Made him an offer through a lawyer. Capital injection for a stake in the company. Anonymous investment. Uncle Greg accepted. Thought it was some private equity firm. Never suspected his nephew in outlet store sneakers. That investment saved his business. Let Tyler keep his Porsche. Funded Tyler's lifestyle. And gave me significant control over their finances. Standing in my parents' backyard while Tyler mocked my shoes, I felt something shift. 6 years of pretending. 6 years of being smaller than I was. "Hey Tyler," I said, pulling out my phone. "Can I show you something?" "What, finally gonna look at new phones?" "Something like that." I opened an app. Custom built for managing my portfolio. Pulled up Sterling Commercial Properties LLC. Uncle Greg's company. The one I own 38% of. "What am I looking at?" Tyler asked. "Your dad's business. This is monthly distributions to ownership. And this is the liquidation clause." Tyler's smile faltered. "Why are you showing me this?" "Because I'm tired of pretending." Mom moved closer. "Jake, what are you doing?" "I'm done being small. I've spent 6 years acting poor so Tyler wouldn't feel bad. While he mocked my clothes and my phone." while he flashed money that partially came from me. What are you talking about? Uncle Greg said. I turned my phone. Sterling Commercial Properties. You remember taking investment from Delta Ventures LLC 2 years ago? His face went pale. That's confidential. I'm Delta Ventures. I'm your primary investor. I've been keeping your business afloat for 2 years. The backyard went quiet. Tyler laughed nervously. Bullshit. You're a tech guy. You're right. That's why I hired people who do. People who send me monthly reports. I pulled up another screen. Want to know what your dad's company is actually worth? Want to know how much of Tyler's lifestyle is funded by distributions from a company I own a third of? Jake, Dad said. This isn't appropriate. What's not appropriate is making me hide who I am for 6 years because Tyler's feelings matter more than mine. I didn't ask you to invest, Uncle Greg said, shaking. It's legitimate. Delta Ventures is registered. All legal. I just never mentioned I was behind it. Tyler's face went red. You're lying. You don't have that kind of money. Don't I? Mom, Dad, want to tell Tyler what happened when I sold my company? Mom looked stricken. Jake, please. How much? Tyler demanded. $18 million. Someone dropped a plate. Glass shattered. After taxes, I cleared about $12 million. I've been investing it ever since. Including your dad's business. Uncle Greg sat down heavily. You're serious. Want to see the paperwork? I've got it all. I showed documents. Official letterhead. Legal language. Numbers that didn't lie. So this whole time, Jake's been rich? Tyler's Aunt Melissa said. Comfortable. While Tyler mocked my 3-year-old sneakers, I was funding the business that pays for his Porsche lease. The Porsche is mine, Tyler said defensively. Is it? Because your dad gives you about $5,000 a month allowance. From company profits. From a company I own 38% of. So technically, I've been funding your lifestyle while you made fun of mine. Tyler opened his mouth. Closed it. I didn't know. Of course not. I was supposed to keep quiet. Stay humble. Not make you feel bad. I looked at my parents. Right. Isn't that what you asked? Hide my success so Tyler wouldn't feel inadequate? We thought it was best, Mom said quietly. For family harmony. How's that working out? Silence. For 6 years I've let you mock me. Let you act superior. And I did it because my parents cared more about your feelings than my dignity. It wasn't like that, Uncle Greg said. Wasn't it? You made me act poor. Made me downplay everything. Why? Because Tyler couldn't handle knowing his younger cousin was doing better? Tyler found his voice. I was just joking, man. Were you? Every holiday. Every family dinner. Always positioning yourself as the successful one. Always mocking my lifestyle. I'm sorry. Are you? Or just sorry you found out I'm not actually poor? No answer. Here's what's going to happen. I'm leaving. Going home to my apartment. The one I bought. In the building I own. And I'm going to think about what I want to do next. What does that mean? Uncle Greg asked. I pulled up the investment app. Found exit options. Showed him. This is the liquidation clause. Lets me pull my investment with 90 days notice. Can you afford to buy me out immediately? His face went pale. Jake, please. That would destroy the business. I know. Which is why I haven't done it. But that could change. I looked at Tyler. Depends on how the next few months go. You wouldn't, Tyler said. Not over a joke about shoes. No. But I might because I'm tired of being treated like I'm less than you. Because I'm done acting small. I headed for the gate. Jake, wait. Mom called. Where are you going? Home. To my penthouse. The one you've never seen because I wasn't supposed to tell you I could afford it. You live in a penthouse? For 3 years. Bought it cash. Guess today's the day you find out. I walked out. Got in my Honda. Drove to my building downtown. The one with the concierge and rooftop pool. Took the elevator to the 20th floor. Walked into my 3-bedroom penthouse with floor-to-ceiling windows. Sat on my expensive couch and opened my investment app. Found Sterling Commercial Properties. Hovered over the liquidation request button. Didn't press it. Not yet. But I left the app open. My phone started buzzing. Tyler. Jake, man, please call me. Mom. Honey, please come back. Uncle Greg. Jake, I'm begging you. Don't make any rash decisions. I didn't respond. Just sat there watching the sunset over the city, in the home I'd built, while everyone thought I was too broke to buy new sneakers. And I smiled. Not because I was happy. Because for the first time in 6 years, I wasn't pretending anymore. The first call came at 11 p.m. Tyler. I declined it. He called again. Declined? Text. Jake, please. Dad's freaking out. Just talk to him. I put my phone on silent and poured whiskey. Sat on my balcony. 20 floors up. Nobody could reach me here. Around midnight, Uncle Greg called. I let it go to voicemail. Jake. I don't know what you're planning. But please call me back. Don't pull your investment. The business can't survive that. Please. I deleted it. The next morning, I woke up to 47 text messages and 13 missed calls. Dad, your mother is very upset. Call us. Tyler. Dude, I'm sorry, okay? Please don't destroy my dad's business. Uncle Greg. Jake, I'm begging you. There are 12 employees who depend on those jobs. And one from a number I didn't recognize. Mr. Chin, this is Robert Williams, attorney for Sterling Commercial Properties. Mr. Hartman has retained me to discuss your investment agreement. Please contact me. Uncle Greg had hired a lawyer. I called Robert Williams. Mr. Chin, thank you for calling. My client is concerned about potential withdrawal of your investment. The liquidation clause is in the contract he signed. Yes, we've reviewed it. The clause is valid. However, my client would like to discuss a buyout at current valuation. Can Sterling Commercial afford that right now? Silence. Then, not without significant operational challenges. That's what I thought. Tell Mr. Hartman I'll be in touch. I hung up. An hour later, Mom showed up. The concierge called. Mr. Chin, there's a Linda Morrison here. Says she's your mother? I sighed. Send her up. Mom stepped out looking like she hadn't slept. Eyes red. Still in yesterday's clothes. Jake, thank God. I texted you I was fine. Fine? You threatened to destroy your uncle's business and disappeared to a penthouse we didn't know existed. She walked past me. Stopped. Stared. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Modern furniture. Original art. This is where you live. For 3 years. Why didn't you tell us? Because you told me not to make Tyler feel bad. So I hid it. We never asked you to lie. You asked me to downplay my success? This is what that looks like. She sat on my couch. We didn't know about the investment. About you supporting Greg's business. Would it have mattered? Or would you have asked me to keep that secret too? She didn't answer. How'd Tyler take it? Greg told him everything last night. About the investment. How close they came to losing everything. He locked himself in his room. Good. Jake, that's cruel. Is it? He's spent 6 years treating me like a charity case. Now he knows I subsidized his life. Let him sit with that. Mom looked around again. You really bought this with cash? Yes. And you own other units? I own the building. All 12 units. Bought it 3 years ago. It's appreciated 30%. Her mouth fell open. The whole building? Good investment. How much money do you have? Net worth including property and investments? High 8 figures. She stared. And before you ask, yes, I could have helped Tyler. But why? So he could waste it. He's family. So am I. But I'm the one who had to hide. My phone rang. Uncle Greg. I put it on speaker. Jake. Have you talked to Robert? I did. He mentioned a buyout you can't afford. Silence. I'm not making decisions this week. I'm going to think about what I want. Then I'll let you know. Jake, please. Do you know what Tyler said yesterday? What's the point of working if you can't enjoy it? While wearing a watch I partially paid for. While driving a car I partially paid for. He didn't know. That doesn't make it hurt less. For 6 years, you all let him mock me. Because keeping Tyler's ego intact was more important than treating me with respect. We're sorry. Are you? Or just sorry I have power over you now? I hung up. Mom was crying. What are you going to do? I don't know yet. Are you going to destroy Greg's business? Would anyone care if I lost something important to me? We love you, Jake. I know. But love isn't enough when it comes with conditions. She stood. Your father wants to talk. Tell Dad I'll call when I'm ready. After she left, I studied Sterling Commercial's financials. The business was stable but couldn't weather losing 38% of their capital. My phone buzzed. Tyler. 5th call, I answered. What? Jake. Can we talk? In person? Why? I need to apologize. Really apologize. Please. Where are you? Outside your building. I looked down. Saw him on the sidewalk. How do you know where I live? Mom told me. Please. 5 minutes. Fine. Tyler stepped out of the elevator looking wrecked. Rumpled clothes. Unshaven. Bloodshot eyes. Nice place. 4 minutes left. Right. Jake, I'm so sorry. For everything. For treating you like you were less than me. I was an asshole and I have no excuse. You don't. I didn't know about the money. But that doesn't matter. Even if you were actually broke, I shouldn't have treated you that way. Why were you insecure? Your parents pay for everything. He sat without asking. Because it's all fake. The car is leased on Dad's credit. The clothes are bought on cards I barely make minimums on. The job is a joke. Everyone knows I don't do anything. Then get a real job. I don't know how. I'm 31 and I've never had to actually work. And when you sold your company, it made me feel like even more of a failure. So you mock me. Yeah. Making you seem smaller made me feel bigger. Which is pathetic. Part of me felt bad. The other part remembered 6 years of comments. What do you want, Tyler? Forgiveness? A promise you won't destroy Dad's business? I haven't decided. What would it take? This isn't about money. It's about respect. About being treated like I matter. You do matter. I see that now. Do you? Or do you just see I have power over your family's finances? He didn't answer. Tyler, I need you to leave. I need to think. Can I ask something first? Why did you invest in Dad's business if you knew I was an asshole? Because 2 years ago, I thought family was worth protecting. Even if they didn't protect me. And now? Now I'm not sure. He stood. You're the most successful person I know. I'm sorry it took this long to say that. After he left, I sat on my balcony until sunset. My phone kept buzzing. But one message caught my attention. Dad? Jake, I was wrong. We were wrong. To ask you to hide? To prioritize Tyler's feelings. You deserve better. I'm sorry. Can we talk? I stared at that message. Then typed. Tomorrow. My place. 10 a.m. Just you. Send it. Because while I didn't know what I'd do about Uncle Greg's business, I knew one thing. I was done being small. And if they wanted me in their lives, they'd have to accept all of me. Not just the convenient parts. Dad showed up at exactly 10 a.m. Punctual. Always had been. I opened the door. He stood there in jeans and a polo shirt, looking older than I remembered. Come in. He walked past me, taking in the apartment the way Mom had. The windows. The furniture. The view. This is quite a place. Thanks. We sat in the living room. Awkward silence. Coffee? I asked. No. I'm good. He cleared his throat. Jake, I owe you an apology. A real one. I'm listening. Your mother and we made a mistake. 6 years ago, when you sold your company, we should have been celebrating you. Should have been proud. Should have let you be successful without hiding it. But you didn't. No. We didn't. Because we were worried about Tyler. About Greg's business. About keeping the family together. And in trying to protect everyone else, we hurt you. Why Tyler? I asked. Why was his ego more important than my feelings? Dad was quiet for a moment. Because Tyler was struggling. And you weren't. It felt like you could handle being overlooked. You were always so capable. So independent. That's not a compliment, Dad. That's just convenient. I know that now. Do you? Because for 6 years, I've been the easy one. The one who didn't need attention. The one who could take being mocked and minimized because I was so capable. You're right. We took you for granted. You let Tyler treat me like garbage. At every family gathering. Every holiday. You heard him mock my clothes, my car, my phone. And you said nothing. We thought it was harmless. Brothers being brothers. Tyler isn't my brother. He's my cousin. And it wasn't harmless. It was cruel. Dad looked at his hands. What do you want from us? I want you to understand what you did. Not just apologize. Actually understand. I'm trying. Are you? Because Mom came here yesterday and her first reaction was to defend Tyler. To say he didn't know. Like that makes it okay. It doesn't. No. It doesn't. And here's what really bothers me. Nobody in this family has asked me how I felt. Not once. You've all been so worried about Greg's business, about Tyler's feelings, about family harmony. But nobody's asked if I'm okay. Dad looked up. Are you okay? No. I'm angry. I'm hurt. And I'm tired of pretending I'm not. What can I do to fix this? I don't know if you can. That's what I'm trying to figure out. He nodded slowly. For what it's worth, I'm proud of you. For what you built. For who you've become. That would have meant more 6 years ago. I know. We sat in silence. What are you going to do about Greg's business? Dad asked finally. I don't know yet. Part of me wants to pull the investment. Let them deal with the consequences. That would destroy them. I know. But why is that my responsibility? Why do I have to protect people who didn't protect me? You don't. But you're better than that. I laughed bitterly. Am I? Or am I just trained to put everyone else first? Maybe both. My phone buzzed. Tyler. Can I show you something? I pulled up his Instagram. Scrolled back 2 days. Found a post from the barbecue. It was a photo of the party. Tyler in the center, surrounded by family. Caption. Family time with the crew. Some of us are doing better than others. LOL face with tears of joy. #blessed. #success. #family first. The photo was cropped to show me in the background. Old sneakers visible. Looking awkward. He posted this yesterday morning. Before I showed up at the barbecue. He was already setting up to mock me. Dad's face hardened. I didn't see this. Because you're not on Instagram. But everyone under 40 is. 50 people like this. Including my cousins. They all saw him mock me and thought it was funny. Jesus, Jake. Wait, there's more. I scrolled to the comments. Tyler had replied to someone. Yeah, Jake's going through it. Trying to help him out, but you know how it is. Grinning face was wet. Going through it. I said. Like I was struggling. Like I needed his help. While I was literally funding his lifestyle. Dad put his head in his hands. I'm so sorry. Don't apologize for him. He's 31 years old. What do you want me to do? Nothing. This is between Tyler and me. But I wanted you to see what your harmless nephew has been doing. I put my phone away. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to make a decision about the investment this week. Whatever I decide, I need you to respect it. Not argue. Not try to fix it. Just respect it. Even if you pull out? Even then. Dad stood. Okay. I'll respect your decision. He walked to the door. Stopped. For what it's worth, you were right to stop pretending. We should have let you be who you are from the start. After he left, I spent the day researching. Pulled up every Instagram post, every Facebook update, Every public trace of Tyler's successful life. Found dozens of posts mocking people. Not just me. His ex-girlfriend. His former roommate. Anyone he perceived as beneath him. Found posts where he'd claimed to run his dad's business. Posts where he'd taken credit for deals I knew Greg had closed. Posts where he pretended his Porsche was bought, not leased. An entire online persona built on lies and mocking others. Around 5 p.m., Tyler texted. Jake, I saw Dad left your place. Did you guys talk? Can we talk too? I have something to show you. What? Just, can I come over? Please? 20 minutes later, he was at my door. This time he looked better. Showered. Clean clothes. But still nervous. Thanks for seeing me. I know I said I'd leave you alone, but... He pulled out his phone. I deleted the Instagram post. The one from the barbecue. And I posted this. He showed me a new post. A photo of him sitting in what looked like his bedroom. Caption long. I owe a lot of people an apology. Especially my cousin Jake. I've spent years acting like I was successful while mocking him for being poor. Truth is, he's accomplished more than I ever will, and instead of being happy for him, I was jealous and cruel. I'm sorry, Jake. And I'm sorry to everyone else I've hurt with my insecurity and fake flexing. I'm going to do better. I read it twice. When did you post this? An hour ago. I checked. 50 comments already. Some supportive. Some calling him out. Some just confused. Why? Because you were right. About all of it. I've been an asshole. And pretending I wasn't isn't going to fix anything. You know this is going to change how people see you. Good. Let them see the real me. Even if it's pathetic. It's not pathetic. It's honest. He sat down. I got a job. A real one. Retail management at a sporting goods store. $40,000 a year. I start Monday. You got a job? Dad said if I wanted to stay in the house, I needed to start paying rent. And I can't pay rent on allowance money. So, job. How does that feel? Terrifying. I've never had a real boss before. Never had to show up on time or get fired. But also, kind of good. Like maybe I'll actually earn something for once. I studied him. What do you want from me, Tyler? Honestly? Nothing. I just wanted you to know I'm trying. That I heard you. That I'm going to be better. Okay. Okay? Yeah. I believe you're trying. Whether you actually change, we'll see. But I believe you're trying. He looked relieved. Are you still going to pull the investment? I haven't decided. If you do, I get it. We deserve it. After he left, I sat on my balcony and thought about the consequences. About revenge. About what I actually wanted. My phone rang. Uncle Greg. Jake, I know you said you needed time, but I wanted to tell you something. Tyler got a job. A real one. And I'm proud of him for that. Ashamed it took this long, but proud. He told me. I've been enabling him for years. Giving him money. Letting him pretend. Your mother and father tried to tell me I was hurting him. But I didn't listen. Thought I was helping. You were protecting him. Same thing you did. With the investment. You protected us when we were failing. I did. And we never thanked you. We didn't even know to thank you. But I'm thanking you now. You're welcome. Whatever you decide about the investment, I understand. I've been running the numbers. If you pull out, we'll have to downsize. Maybe lay off a few people. But we'll survive. It'll hurt, but we'll survive. You've thought about this. All I've thought about for 2 days. I can't control what you do. So I'm planning for either outcome. That's smart. Is there anything I can do? To make this right? I thought about that. Tell Tyler to keep the job even after this is resolved, even if you don't need the money. Make him keep it for at least a year. I can do that. And Greg? Stop giving him an allowance. Let him actually earn his lifestyle. Done. Anything else? Yeah. Next family gathering, if Tyler says something cruel to someone, call him out. Don't let it slide. Don't protect his feelings at someone else's expense. I will. I promise. After we hung up, I opened my investment app. Found Sterling Commercial Properties. Looked at the liquidation button I'd been hovering over for 2 days. And made my decision. I didn't press the liquidation button. Instead, I called my lawyer. Had her draft a new agreement. Sent it to Uncle Greg's attorney with a 48-hour deadline. The terms were simple. I'd keep my investment. But things would change. 1. Tyler's allowance ended immediately. Any salary had to be earned for actual work. Market rate. 2. Future distributions required my approval. No pulling money without my sign-off. 3. Annual independent audits. Full transparency. 4. If Tyler quit his retail job within 12 months, I could liquidate immediately. Uncle Greg's lawyer called within 6 hours. My client accepts all terms. He's grateful. Tell him I'm not doing this for him. I'm doing it for the 12 employees who don't deserve to lose jobs over family drama. I hung up and called Mom. Jake, your uncle told us you're keeping the investment. Thank you. I didn't do it for you. I know. But still. Mom, I need you to understand something. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not pretending I'm struggling to make people comfortable. We don't expect you to. Don't you? The first time I mention my success at dinner, someone's going to tell me I'm bragging. She was quiet. That stops now. I worked for what I have. I'm allowed to exist without apologizing. You're right. And if Tyler ever mocks anyone again, I'm pulling the investment. No warnings. I'll make sure he knows. 3 months later, Tyler was still at his retail job. Posted photos in his work uniform. Real posts, not performative. Comments were mixed, but he kept going. Uncle Greg called with updates. We landed a major contract. Couldn't have done it without the stability your investment provided. You did the work, Greg. We both did. A year after the barbecue, Mom called. Thanksgiving. Everyone's coming. Will you join us? Will Tyler be there? Yes. Is that a problem? Just asking. I went. Brought a date, someone I'd been seeing for months. Successful, genuine, didn't care about my money. Tyler was there with a girlfriend from work. Normal person. Not Instagram model. We sat at the same table where he mocked my sneakers a year ago. When someone asked what I did, I answered honestly. I sold a company. Now I invest and consult. Must be nice. It is. I worked hard for it. No apologies. No downplaying. Tyler nodded across the table. Jake's the most successful person in this family. By far. Tyler's doing well too, I added. Management track. Worked his ass off this year. Thanks, man. We weren't best friends. Probably never would be. Too much history. But we were family. And this time, that actually meant something. After dinner, Tyler found me on the back porch. Thanks for what you said. About me working hard. It's true. Still means something. He paused. I'm glad you didn't pull the investment. It forced me to grow up. You did that yourself. Maybe. But you gave me the push. We stood in comfortable silence. Those new? He asked, pointing at my shoes. I looked down. New Nikes. Not an outlet store. Not a designer. Just quality shoes. Yeah. Upgraded. He smiled. Nice. Inside, through the window, I could see my family. Laughing, talking, being together. They weren't perfect. Neither was I. But for the first time in years, I didn't feel invisible. I felt seen. And that was worth more than any investment return could ever be.